Howdy!
Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Roleplay. I'm your host Duhad. Join me as always are Belial. And Kit.
Yo.
We don't have...
And Zombie!
No, we don't have Zombie.
Zombie.
No. Oh jeez. Oh boy. Oh no, this isn't what I wanted.
No, it's Zombie, he's right here. There you go.
Zombie's right... Oh no, he's running away.
Hello, it's me.
Stop
Zombie.
riding away on that kangaroo.
Okay. In all seriousness, we don't have Zombie here this week due to scheduling difficulties and not being able to contact him in time. So we're just going to roll
busy
ahead.
going to war with emus.
Yeah, so we're just going to plow forward with Team A because it's been long enough that we probably should do that. So
Maybe just...
let's do it. Let's get back to it.
Okie dokie. So when we last left our set of heroes, one of them was hiding in the bathroom after just overhearing that someone wants to talk with them. Someone who's very curious about what they know about the incident in the HoloNet studio, where all the moss overgrew everything. And the other group is currently sitting in the middle of a alleyway of horrors, having just fought off something that has faded away into wisps of dark mist, but has left behind wounds on both the robot, which has a very large rent in it, and the young Force-sensitive boy, who is in a great deal of pain and is starting to become more and more unsteady on his feet.
So where do we pick up?
We're going to pick up with where I just left off right there.
Okay.
Thorn, after just praising the Jedi boy, he is starting to become paler and paler, and sweat is breaking out all over his skin.
Thorn steps forward and basically grabs him by the shoulder and says, "Are you injured?
You're a pathetic lot.
You seem in poor condition."
Demi doesn't respond.
Thorn hesitates and then reluctantly allows Rosie back in control, and she immediately picks up Demi and is like, "Oh, okay. We need to get you help. You're hurt. Oh, this isn't good."
I should also note that at the moment, Demi is also covered in blood from various bodies.
Yeah, she's not really so concerned about the other bodies. She's just sort of like, "Oh, you're hurt, you poor baby," and picks him up and starts walking with him, kind of not picking up on the fact that he's completely doused in blood is probably going to look bad, and starts walking him out towards the street.
Yeah, funny thing about that, where the alleyway should, by all rights, open up onto the street, it doesn't.
Rosie looks around and goes, Wait.
Your sensors are throwing back error codes at you.
I don't understand. This isn't..." She turns around and goes the other direction, sees if she can find a way out that way.
Okay. As you head back towards where the fight went down, and the large pile of bodies comes up into view, it's a little bit lighter there now, and you can see some sparkling on the ground. Green sparkles. In and among the blood.
Rosie stops and stares at it, nonplussed, and says, "Thorn, do you know what this is?" And Thorn, taking over the bite for a second, says, "I have no idea. That is... it could be one of a number of things, and none of which I can easily identify, so, yeah, no." Again,
the sensors are throwing back error codes. and in a way that makes no sense whatsoever to your electronic brain. The corpses are not disappearing, but receding. But they're not receding into the background or anything. They're becoming smaller. They're just going away.
In my long experience in war, I have never seen bodies do this. It is fascinating.
The blood's going away too, except for what Demi is taking.
It appears the boy has somehow retained the blood of his enemies. This is a good thing. It will help him grow and become stronger. He's dying. I'm sure he's dying. He's not dying. He's merely becoming stronger. Boys grow from experiences like this. They learn from hardship and become better men for it. No, I think he's actually in a lot of trouble. We really need to get him help.
As the two of you are having this conversation, the error codes are becoming more and more frequent.
Can you use your jetpacks to fly us out of here? Well, it's possible. I'll be honest, I'm a little concerned about what's currently going on with our systems. It's not normal. And last time we tried flying... No, do not turn that jetpack on. Do not turn that jetpack on, Rosie. Rosie is going to attempt to use the jetpack.
Okay!
So that is going to be D3 without the jetpack skill, because that is a thorn skill.
Alright, excellent.
Okay. 6 on the action die, so that's something at least. Oh, that was a surprisingly good roll, especially for Rosie. So that's 16, 17, 18, 19.
Very good. Okay, the jetpack kicks on, and both of you and the Jedi child in your arms fly up into the sky. You burst through a number of the lines of washing that were covering up this alley, and you notice that they don't seem to cover the ground of the alley so much, and in fact the error codes are starting to go away more and more.
Huh.
And as soon as you clear the rooftop, the error codes stop.
I guess it was some sort of electronic interference designed to incapacitate droids. Or something, I genuinely have no idea. Rosie looks around and tries to find where the alley is, like where the street is.
The street itself, it's right where it should be.
Oh. Okay, great. Hold on.
In fact, this might be a thing for Rosie that not only, when she walked down the alley to get to the street, she should have been able to do so. She should have been at least 5 meters into the street.
Yeah, Rosie's tiny little mouse droid brain is starting to short-circuit slightly as she tries to comprehend this. What? Then you know what? I have a good idea. I have a great idea. Let's call Talbane. Talbane can help. Talbane can take care of little Demi, and he'll know what to do because he's a Jedi, and Jedi understand these things. Jedi understand nothing. However, a backup would probably not go amiss. Do we have a communicator?
You're a combat droid. You have one inbuilt.
Okay, so yeah, we'll tap side ahead. Talbane? Talbane? Hello?
Rosie?
Talbane! Oh, good. Yes, it's me. Something happened. Something
Yeah,
bad.
You dropped off comm.
We also dropped off the face of the planet. There's a strange thing here in the alleyway. It's making everything make no sense. And Demi's hurt. We need to get Demi help.
Okay. I'm coming to you.
All right, I'm currently flying several feet above this street.
Yeah, speaking of which, there's an overheat warning on the nozzles.
Yeah, Thorn takes over and says, "We are landing now. Meet us on the rooftops near this facility." And then, down the rooftop.
Yeah. It isn't very long before Talbane shows up in the hover car. Demi is looking significantly worse.
The boy is
Almost to the
injured.
point of translucency in his skin.
The boy is injured and disappearing. This is not normal for Jedi, no?
No. Talbane puts a hand on Demi's forehead. Sebast, I'm no good at this. He's gonna need more than Bacta.
Indeed.
Talbane looks up and he looks very worried. This isn't just sickness or poison.
Is it some sort of weapon? Or
You could
force
say
magic?
that. You could say that. This is the dark side.
Ah, good. Oh no, bad. Right.
Talbane looks up at Thorn with just... frankly, probably the closest thing to murder that Thorn has ever seen in his life.
Oh, no, terrible.
Very bad thing, right, yes. No.
Like, Thorn... Actually, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay.
Thorn is just about ready to beat your fucking ass.
Yeah, so, 8.
8. Okay. No, Thorn misses that, though there's an inexplicable clinking sound.
Yeah. It's like... well, listen, actually... So here's the thing, like, so he probably doesn't, like, pick up on exactly what's going on, but he probably, by virtue of being a, droid designed to, like, in part fight Jedi, probably pick up on the fact that, like, oh, this is that Jedi murder face we were shown in basic
Oh,
programming.
no, that's the thing. Thorn would have no idea of that.
Okay. Oh,
Thorn
right, 'cause they're, like,
would have been used to old Republic Jedi,
Right,
where
right.
they tried to stay as calm and centered in the Force as possible. This is something new for Thorn.
Yeah.
This new generation of Jedi might be a little bit closer to the Sith.
Yeah, actually, like, hold on. So, Thurman recognizes this as a Jedi thing, but would he recognize it as something he might have seen on Sith generals?
No, he would not.
Okay, so
No, because not
we're
all
talking
Sith
yellow
generals
eyes
are
or any of that
piss
kind of
babies.
stuff. But
are they?
if Thorn had ever seen like a clone trooper with their helmet off, or like an actual, just like normal Republic Army or Navy person,
Yeah.
that was, like just pissed off and you must die, you killed my buddy kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's some of that in there. It is colder.
Actually, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Thorn does recognize that. It's the last thing he saw before his original head got blown up.
Yeah, but again, this is something that Thorn would have never seen on a Jedi before.
Yeah. So he just kind of like doesn't really register it outside of a mild sense of like, this seems familiar. Says,
You shut up.
this Thorn just sort of shuts up.
Rosie,
Yes, Talbane?
go and search for Hall. This has gotten far worse, and I need to bring this one back to the hospital.
Of course.
Hopefully Caskel picked up something from Seagal, or else I don't know what we're going to do for him.
Oh, dear. All right. Yeah, I've got to go and help Paul. Poor dear's all on her own. Okay.
Keep in contact.
I will.
Hard cut to Hall killing a bunch of teenagers.
Hard cut to Hall sitting on a throne of bodies.
Blood for the blood girl, skulls for the Hall throne.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
So the plan to make Demi disappear is underway. No,
Talbane glances back at the alleyway, and then goes ahead and loads Demi into the hover car.
All right, and with that, Rosie/Thorn turns and starts running / jump boosting across the roofs in search of Hall. Cut to
Hall, who has new clothing and is in a bathroom.
yes.
Also, you know that your new street buddy, Jazal, is about to be knocking on the door. Or at least you hope he's going to knock first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I basically don't remember what we've been doing before this, so...
Okay. So the quick and dirty here is that you overheard him talking to someone who is obviously higher up than him, who wants to speak with you, thinks that you know something more about what went down in the HoloNet Center, where everything did go terribly, terribly wrong. And again, wants to speak to you, and is probably not quite as nice as your new buddy.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly scares the shit out of Jazal.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, they're at least well-connected enough to know something about what's going on there and wants to know more about what did happen. So maybe they've got some information as well. You don't know.
Mm-hmm. God, it stinks that we've taken 8 months to actually get back to this.
It's been so long.
Because it's really
that by
hard
the
to
time
actually remember what I was going to do.
We did the last Star
And-
Wars.
Yeah, like, legitimately, the last things that you did was eavesdropped on a conversation.
Yeah, like I went
Clothing
stealth,
fifth in.
went out, and then eavesdropped, and then I decided to go back to the bathroom so that when he comes back, I can basically act as if I've never left.
Mhm.
Franchise.
Yeah. So I guess tidy up a bit.
Yeah,
Make it look like I was actually, in here.
Just a love your-
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe flush the toilet, even if I don't have to go to the bathroom.
Flush. Okay, you do so, and there is a rap on the door.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hello?
Hey, you okay in there?
Yeah. It's oddly clean in here. But, I mean, it also doesn't look like anyone's used this in a while.
I'm not quite sure whether I should pass on your compliments to the guy who cleans the refreshers, or be slightly offended by that.
I don't know.
Look, I got a call from a guy. They'd like to speak with you.
Okay. What about?
He's a guy who knows things, and is always interested in knowing more things, and, the way that you were talking about what went down, he might have some of the answers that you're looking for, about that statue and such.
Oh. Okay. Is this like a grown-up, or is this more like you, or... Yeah.
No, it's not like anyone.
Opens the door. Is it like a robot?
Kinda.
Oh.
Like, some parts are metal.
So they're like a cyborg. Just things back to holovids of Grievous.
Yeah, kinda. Look, we're gonna have to do this kind of secret-like. They're not really so up on people knowing where they are, so I'm gonna have to blindfold you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Not sure. How far are we going?
I can't tell you that. It's in the city, though.
Oh. Okay.
He, looks down at your jacket and goes, "Huh. Well, your new jacket. Huh, I don't remember you wearing that.
I did. One of the guys gave it to me on the way in.
Oh, well, looks good on you. He goes ahead and takes the strip of blue cloth that had been tied around one of the arms, and goes ahead and undoes it and starts using it for your blindfold.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And one of the things which you may not remember in real life, but Hall obviously would, is that all of these young people are wearing at least one flash of blue on them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. So, God, I'm trying to remember what I have in my bag. I imagine I would want to, on the way there, just in case, turn selective things in my bag invisible if I can. Just in case someone goes snooping in there.
Your Blood's membership card?
Yeah, my well, no, it's blue, so it's Crips.
No,
Wait, no.
I'm saying you're in like the blue territory, so you would hide the red.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, April. I get ya.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So yes, I'm going to turn like the communicator invisible and stuff like that, so that you know, they don't go snooping in there and go, whoa, why is there a communicator? Let me just confiscate that and just, you know, talk to your buddies. Oh, a Jedi? What's this? Oh man, guess it's time to murder you. Oh. That makes sense.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and try. Again, we'll go ahead and have you roll Control Sense Alter and see if it's good enough.
Control Sense Alter.
Altogether. I believe that's 40 plus 2 for you.
40 plus 2. Okay. Oh my god, that's terrible. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so bad. Oh, that was so bad.
So, what'd you get?
Oh, hold on.
I don't know, but it sounds pretty bad.
And remember, tell me about ones on the wild.
Okay, no, I did not get a 1 on the wild, but I got a 1 on everything else. So that's a 9.
9. Yeah, you reach out through the Force, doing what you've done before.
And a siren wails out. No.
Trying to hide things in your bag and, you know, go ahead and hide them like you hid yourself before. And something happens. You're not sure what.
If I rolled a 1 on the wild die, I probably would have just called someone.
That's a distinct possibility.
Okay. Oh no.
So you've gone ahead and, you know, tried to hide things in your bag. What were you trying to hide specifically? I know the communicator.
The communicator. I don't know what else. It's been so long.
Just the communicator.
Yeah, that was the important one. Just basically anything that would directly indicate that I'm a Jedi.
Okay. Frankly, even the communicator probably wouldn't.
Okay, yeah, but at the same time, they could confiscate it.
Oh, yeah.
And then go, I guess we'll just call the numbers that are saved on here. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okie dokie. You are led by the hand into what you can almost certainly assume to be a hover car. It's not as nice as one of the ones that you've been driving around with the Jedi, which is kind of saying something, really, considering that they were essentially just driving around in sedans. This thing's a hoopty. You can tell.
Beautiful. Can we listen to music?
Yeah. What do you like?
Jizz.
I suppose I should have guessed.
On account of the instrument, of course.
Hey, man, see if the station's going. You hear a click and a little bit of static goes on. Mysterious mass disappearances continue to haunt the city.
What?
And a report just kind of goes out, talking about how just groups of people have been missing in like dead zones across the city. Never everyone there, but just random groupings of people just go missing.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Police have been absolutely baffled by the seeming lack of any physical evidence for these crimes. Occasional splashes of blood and gouges in materials, but no murder weapon has been found yet. None of the people who have gone missing has been found.
Just
In other
remembers. Just remembers.
Yeah. In other news, city officials are still a little tight-lipped on what has happened at the local HoloNet hub. The site is still under lockdown, but there is rumors that there are Jedi on scene.
Jedi.
We now return you to your programming. This is Friggin' Dan and the Mojal Gnomes playing Star Wars Cantina Band number 2. I can't remember the name of the second one.
I believe, no, it actually doesn't have a name, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's the one that's not named.
Yeah, because I have it listed in my, I have the proper name for the first one, and then the second one is just Cantina Band 2.
Yes.
So it's Mad About Me and then Cantina Band 2. The 2 songs that she knows. God.
Do your fingers start to move for the fingering for the slither horn?
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you understand.
Pep band music still does it to me. Anyway, this is not a great car. The sound system is actually kind of nice, though. Apparently, that was one thing that they put money into. But like the repulsors for this thing,
money. You were assuming that a bunch of delinquents would put money into it, not just steal the stereo system.
Well, someone put money into this stereo system somewhere along the line. That being said, again, the probably most expensive piece of this car is the stereo system. The repulsor plates for this thing are wobbling, and instead of the smooth ride that you've been accustomed to up till this point, sometimes there's alarming jerks and dips. And the fact that you can't see anything is not calculated to leave you in the best mood.
So, question. So, assuming that there's an equivalent to Liam Neeson's The Taken, Taken in this universe, can I see if I can detect how many turns or how far we're going based off of just listening?
Yes, you can try.
And like what little light I can detect coming through the thing?
Yeah, you can try.
Awesome. So is that that's a perception roll, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to actually say that one's going to pair with Streetwise if you've got it.
Okay. Streetwise. I don't have Streetwise. Wait, wouldn't that be knowledge?
No, this would be an off-brand use of Streetwise. Streetwise is normally knowledge. This is a perception-based thing, but Streetwise is the thing that comes to mind the most for use of it.
Okay, I don't have Streetwise.
Okay, so just perception.
Okay. Okay, that's a 10. I rolled a 2 on the wild die, but that doesn't really matter, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Unless it's a 1 or a 6.
Come to think of it, go ahead and add on your dice code for music.
Oh, shit. It would be musical instrument. Oh,
Yeah.
just roll another die.
Yeah.
That's a 1 on that one.
Okay. So it
So
didn't
it's
do much
11.
better.
Yeah. I loved how it was like a 5, and then it rolled off the piece of paper or whatever. It just went to 1. So I'm just going to go with 1.
Well,
on that one.
knowing as you do quite intimately this piece of music, you know how long exactly it should be.
Yeah.
So you know that you have been flying for at least X seconds at this particular beat in this particular arrangement of we're going to go ahead and give it the name of the second band. That being said, unfortunately, you are not well versed enough in judging how fast and how far this hover car goes. And while you have an idea of how long you've been flying, you don't have an idea of twists and turns that it may have taken or exactly how fast it was going at any of those times. Though you could probably make the supposition, given that the engine noise often changed, it was going at
Gears.
higher speed than it should, and often having to slow down to go ahead and maneuver around other things.
I imagine what they're doing is they probably go in circles or something for a bit, so I can't do what I'm doing.
It's possible, but you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you are trying to figure out exactly how far and where you're going, there is someone who is searching for you. Rosie and Thorn, what is your plan for finding the little Force-sensitive girl?
Well, we didn't really have much of a, much in the way of actual tracking abilities, and we don't really have any sort of we didn't really have a good lock on her before. So
what you're saying is you're stumped.
this is a stumping situation.
You see a car with a little girl inside.
Yeah. So basically, Rosie's plan is basically run around and hope to run into them. Thorn, let's see here. Could Thorn use his CIS knowledge to maybe have some sort of trick for trying to track Jedi or Force sensitives?
Go ahead and roll it. This one will be difficult, though.
Yeah, I'm not expecting this to succeed, but at the very least, it's something that he can try to do.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's definitely not succeeding on that one. Well, at least it wasn't a 1. It wasn't a 1 on the action die, at least. So that's a total of 6.
Thorn might be heard to grumble. The worst thing about trying to track down Jedi was how easy they always had it to reverse the tracking situation and turn it into an ambush. Oh, it was just the worst thing. Tracking Jedi is friggin' impossible.
Yeah, I'm just he's flashing back to episodes of the Clone Wars where the robots were basically just used as fucking comic relief and just missing incredibly obviously hidden Jedi. It's so many memories, terrible memories.
Roger.
So after fruitlessly running around like an idiot for a bit, Thorn eventually goes, okay, we need an actual strategy here. You think maybe we should just try using her communicator? And, taps the side of his head and, gets a little fizzy bit and goes, Kid, are you there?
Okay, so, Belial, quick question. Did you turn off the communicator?
Yeah, I did. When they told me to they detected that it was on, and then I turned it off.
Have you turned it back on?
No.
Okay. Stack.
Damn it. Bloody. Yeah. Do you think it's because she's in trouble? No, I'm sure she's in trouble. Doesn't mean she should turn off her damn communicator. Wait, maybe I could try tracking it? You have no idea how to do that. I might have an idea. Maybe. Let me try something. So, Rosie's going to see if she can't figure out a way of, finding where the other radio is.
Okay.
This is a fucking long shot with tech.
Okay, go for it.
Well, okay, 6 on the action die. That's something. Not a very good roll. The rest of the dice is probably no. That's definitely not going to do it. Okay, so that's 16 total.
16 total. Okay, so Rosie actually does have a clever idea. It's really very quite clever because she knows this precise specifications of that communicator that Hull had and how it should react to pulse signals, and she even knows how to generate that pulse signal, and when she does, the entire city lights up.
Yeah.
It's not a very rare communicator.
Yeah, I figured something like that would probably happen. So yeah, Rosie gets really excited and then goes, "Oh." Thorn's like, "Well, you gave it your best shot, and for a mouse droid, that was more than nothing, and that's something. It's not actually anything, but it's something."
You do have a force point. You can use those for improbable coincidences.
Okay, yeah, so basically that's the only thing I have left for me. So Thorn basically just goes, "Listen, there's absolutely, look, let's face it, there's no way we're going to find the kid. I mean, pretty much at this point, our only chance is if they were to happen to just drive by or something."
Blaring loud music or something like that.
The car just suddenly drive past them.
Okay, you have used your force point, and you did so in a decent way. It's not going to come back immediately, but it won't just hold off entirely.
So yeah, like.
But yes, make me a perception check.
Okay. This is unfortunately my worst skill, so.
Nice.
6.
6. Someone in that car is wearing a blindfold.
Blindfold. We used to blindfold prisoners. Could be. Like, no, that's a long shot. Do we have another option? You make a strong point. All right, come on. Let's go.
So are Rosie and Thorn going to assault the car?
Yeah, you know what? Best case scenario, it's Hall. Worst case scenario, we're saving someone.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Can I try to learn this song? Because I just posted another Star Wars.
Tell you what, go ahead and roll me your perform musical instrument.
Awesome.
And while you're going to be at a negative, are you actually going to try and play along with it in the car?
Well.
Or are you just going to try and do the fingerings for it?
I'm gonna try and actually play along. Not too loudly.
Okay. Yeah, you'll get a chance at this. It will be at a disadvantage because, of course, you're blindfolded. You don't have the sheet music, all that kind of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you can definitely try for it.
Okay. Hey. That's decent. I remember one of the dice fell out while I was shaking the dice in my hand, and then it rolled on a 5, and I'm like, I'll take that. Okay, that's a 16.
16. Okay, you feel like you're getting the hang of this song.
This is one of my best songs, best skills. So
yeah, I mean it's not ingrained for you like Mad About You is, but hey, you're actually playing passably well a jizz song while blindfolded in the back of a shitty moving car.
What should we call this song?
I
guess it's
Older Days.
Older Days?
Older Days.
Older Days?
Actually, no, sorry, Older Nights. But yeah, so as you were learning the old jizz classic, Older Nights, and you're actually getting some kind of appreciative words from Zal about your skill on this. something else is happening behind
Does
you.
that make it easier for
Hold
the...
on, real quick, just because like that entire joke probably just went completely over the heads of the audience who had no idea what Bleel posted in the chat. The song that she is learning is the one from KOTOR 2, the Cantina song from KOTOR 2. So that's where the whole thing comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's important to explain these things because the audience has literally no idea what we're talking about.
I mean, unless you play the song in the call.
Yeah, I'm not going to because while I could probably get away with that one, it's still copyright, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically, what's going to happen here is Thorn is going to try to like jump up on the car and like punch it. Like, kind of the big Superman rip the roof off the car thing.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'm glad my playing is actually covering up
Super
the...
Battle Droid!
So, leaping...
The fact that that's also a John Williams tune just goes ahead and tickles me pink.
Yeah. So big leaping jump punch on the roof of the car.
Okay, so I assume you're going to be using the jetpack for this?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Batman.
Okay. Go ahead and roll jetpack.
Okay. Rolling okay this session, at least. Not amazing, but decent. That's a total of 16.
16, okay. Go ahead and roll brawling.
Brawling is actually my best skill, so it's the reverse of
just
a perception.
Fucking destroy it.
Of course, on my best skill, I would roll a bunch of 2s and 3s, but...
I should also note that you are going from personal scale damage up to speeder scale, so you are at a disadvantage here.
No, I get you. Okay, well, the important thing is getting on that car. So that's 4, 8, 10, 25.
25, okay.
Yeah, I'm still throwing 7 dice. Even a bad roll is still pretty high.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, roll damage.
Okay, what's the damage on this?
It's 7 dice. It's your strength.
Oh, okay.
Or, sorry, not...
Yeah, 6
not
dice.
adding
6
brawl. Just your flat strength.
Yeah.
Which, if I remember correctly, is something like 6.
Yep, 6D.
16, okay,
No, sorry, 6D. I did not roll 16.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, no, I didn't get that lucky this time. 6, 7, 8,
50.
9, 10. Actually, I rolled better than 16.
I was about to say, 16 would not be lucky on 6 dice.
Yeah, you're right. That's,
Well, not particularly lucky, anyway.
21.
21, okay. So, as you're, going ahead and really starting to really feel the jizz, you're starting to feel the flow, suddenly you hear a very irregular set of 2 drum beats on the back of the car, and then a screeching sound as a fist punches through the roof of the car. There's also a very surprised squawk out of Giselle, and a loud stream of cursing from a non-human voice, and the car heels over into a nosedive.
Yeah, so order?
I'm gonna go ahead and say both of you roll dex.
Okay.
That's going to be a total of 9.
9, okay.
No, sorry, 8. Not 9.
That's 8.
8 for both of you, okay.
So I think overall my dice rolls have been incredibly average because I keep on rolling like 1 or 2s, like 5s or 6s, and the rest are all 1s and 2s.
Yeah, I've gotten lucky and I haven't rolled poorly on my wild dice yet.
Yeah.
But
Which is good.
But I have been rolling poorly on my other dice.
Yeah, Yeah, I haven't gotten a one.
Okay, so
but...
boy, that started fast. Okay, so the first person to move is actually Jazal. Thorn, you can't really see most of what's going on here.
No,
but there is a flash of black hair and white skin in there.
What is...
All you also can't see, for obvious reasons, what's going on. But you can tell that Jazal just moved and moved fast. And you hear the sound of a blaster shot. Thorn, being perfectly frank on this one, you're really not going to be able to dodge it because you just put the blaster right up against your arm.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
So roll strength to go ahead and resist it.
Just pull that out.
Thorn is not much of a dodger in the first place. He's a battle droid. He's kind of used to walking forward and either dying or, killing the person who's shooting at him, as far as tactics go. He's going to try and learn. He's going to need to learn not to do that, but for right now, that's still kind of his default.
By the way, was that your cannon arm that you punched with?
I'm going to assume it was not, that he was punching with his. Yeah, I'm gonna assume he's punching with his non-cannon arm because he probably doesn't want to risk damaging it by punching it his gun into a metal surface.
Well, the reason I ask here is because you do have those covers for them that you would be able to then just go ahead and deploy it inside.
That's fair. In that case, yeah, that's probably a better idea. And he's a tactical, he's built to be tactical, so he wouldn't make that decision.
Yeah, and I should also note that it is still a stun cannon.
Yeah, okay, in that case, yeah, that's fair. So that's going to be 23.
23, very good. Unfortunately, it was a stun cannon.
Oh no! My guns!
Yeah, Jazal just jams his pistol right into it just as you're opening it up to fire, triggers his blaster, and warning codes flash, and your arm is, well, parts of it are no longer there, parts of it are on fire, and, Paul, inside the cabin, sparks suddenly shower everything, and you hear a pair of very loud booms, followed by Jazal cursing, and, throwing himself backwards from where he was. He thumps against the door.
Well, why would I know that?
So
I'm blindfolded.
Well, you can tell just generally by what's going on around you. You also smell burning metal and burning flesh.
Yeah, so actually at that moment also, Hull, you would hear Thorn bellowing, "My gun arm! I require that to shoot people!"
Okay,
Okay. Oh.
The next thing that happens, because both of you end up after the others in the order, is that the car pulls out of the nosedive somewhat, and you're at about half of the altitude in between the normal hover car lanes and street traffic. You are also now going way too fast, Thorn.
Yes.
Especially as there's a bunch of signs that kind of jut out into the road here.
Okay, so remember I was going to tear the roof off?
Uh-huh.
New plan. Going through the roof.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that Hull is going to get first move, though.
Okay, yeah, that's super fair.
Well, first thing I'm going to do, remove my blindfold.
Okay, you can quickly take in that a Rhodian is driving the car. He is hunched over the control yoke and just looking straight forward, cursing. Sparks are starting to smolder all on the upholstery, which is pretty terrible in this car, and it is only getting worse. And Jazal is lying kind of... You know how in the back of the car you'll kind of have that little area for, people's legs and such? He's kind of curled up against the door in that. And he's holding his hand, which is burnt, blackened, and bloody. Oh, also, you can see shards of metal sticking out of it.
Oh boy.
There is also a, what appears to be, what used to be a mostly intact super battle droid's arm in there, Which you can, of course, assume is Thorn's, considering that Thorn has been bitching about losing the gun arm. But yeah, it's the source of a lot of these sparks. What do?
Okay. So, good. I can't remember his name. Gerard?
Jazal.
Jazal. What's he doing right now?
Screaming in pain, mostly.
Oh, that's nice. So the driver's hunched over.
Yeah, and he's driving as fast as he can.
I'm gonna use the same trick that I used on Demi, on the driver. I'm gonna pull a seatbelt with the force.
Well, go for it. Roll me alter.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, so that's a 3D plus 1, I think. Yeah. Yes! I got a 6 on the fucking wild die, by the way.
Reroll and add.
Ah, fuck. Okay, that was a 4. It dropped on the ground. Alright, 19 total.
19, okay.
I strangle him to death. No.
Well, not so much that.
Oh no.
How much time has Hall spent in ships?
What do you mean?
Well, I just want to get an idea of how many times Hull has flown before.
I imagine a few. I mean, how else did she get to the actual, like, talent show?
Okay, fair enough. But probably on more sedate kind of things. Shuttles and such. So, when Hall goes ahead and yanks back on the seatbelt of the poor Rhodian, who is hunched over the steering yoke, just, well, I would say white-knuckling, but it really doesn't have knuckles so much. Green suckering the yoke. He goes back, and his fairly rigid arms also go back, pulling back on the yoke. The hover car goes into a loop. Thorn! Roll strength.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it's like, wait, what? Holy shit, okay, wow. Wow, that was the luckiest fucking roll ever, and I kind of wish it had
Another 6
been
on the
proven.
wild die. How am I getting this lucky? I expect to very soon get a fucking 1 on this dice.
Yeah, so that's 3 6s and 3 3s. Unfortunately, none on the wild die, but like,
Yeah,
Okay,
that's still
13.
plenty.
yeah.
Okay, Thorn, you are hanging on still, despite the fact that your arm has been heavily damaged.
Yeah.
Which is actually going to start decreasing from your stats after this point.
Yeah.
Take a negative 1d for all physical actions.
All right.
The unfortunate part is the structure of the roof of this car is starting to buckle under your weight. Now, you know what a loop is. You know how to fly.
Yes.
So you know that the car is likely to be back under you soon. But you also know that these repulsor pads are probably not meant for this sort of thing. And things are going to start getting very unstable very soon.
Can I, like, get a hold of Hall?
You can try. One of the things that might happen in that case is, I mean, you're going to have to go ahead and get a hold of Hall. That might lead to her being dropped.
Yeah, here's the thing is, my plan is to try and grab Hall and then drop.
Okay.
So, can I try and do that?
You have a general idea of where she is in the car. You can obviously rip the car apart. Okay, tell you what. Make me a strength roll.
That's 1D.
Yeah, minus 1d. You're also going to have to make me a dex roll as well.
Okay, one after the other?
Yeah, and both of these are going to be at -1d.
Well, it had to
Actually-
happen eventually. One on the action die, so
And this is for the strength roll?
that's for the strength roll. Decent roll overall, but that one on the action die had to happen eventually, so that's going to be a 10, 16 with a complication.
Okay.
And then for the dex roll, okay, 6 on the action die, so total of positive 13.
Positive 13. Okay. So, the good news is that Rosie Thorns here would definitely be able to go into Pimp My Speeder, as they have just very efficiently turned this boring old hoopty into a convertible.
Hey, hey!
The roof falls away.
And
Less good. Thorn is falling away with the roof.
Ah, wait, hold on. So, like, the successful dex roll didn't help me grab Hall?
I didn't say it was successful.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna have to jetpack to keep up, or at the very
Okay.
least.
I should note that you'll have to do that next turn.
Yeah. I'm saying like that's going to have to be my plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens to poor injured Giselle, who is not wearing a seatbelt when this insane stunt was attempted. Oh. Poor guy.
this is why you
Yeah, the young man falls from the car.
No.
Reach out and try and grab him, but you're not strong enough.
He falls in a volcano. No.
Being very serious, are either of you going to try and do anything to stop that from happening?
Oh,
Thorn is.
I mean, I will. Well, wait. Thorn is. Oh.
Thorn is, yes. Not Rosie.
I would.
Thorn wants to
Uh-oh.
grab him.
I would too. Using the force, obviously. My little baby arms aren't strong enough to hold a big boy.
Okay, so were you trying to use Alter to go ahead and grab him?
Yes.
Yeah, he slips entirely through your grasp in the force. It doesn't even slow him down.
Okay. Not even gonna roll to try, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had rolled a 2. Yeah,
Right.
go
When
for
did
it.
I roll that?
Hmm?
I never said anything like that.
Yeah, no, go ahead and roll Alter if you want to use the force.
Yeah. Oh man, that. My altar doesn't even have a minimum of 2.
That is a good thing.
My minimum would be like 5. But yeah, whatever. It's a +1, right? Okay, 10. Probably
10. Okay.
still not strong enough, but to actually stop him from falling. But
Yeah, he is a bit heavy for you, but you are slowing his fall.
and
Even if you can't catch him entirely, slowing his actual impact to the ground is probably not a bad thing.
Mhm. And then Thorn is also grabbing him, right?
Yeah. Thorn's going to try and grab him and like stop him from smashing into the ground using his jetpack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me jetpack then.
Okay, and this count as physical or non-physical? Considering the fact that-
Physical.
okay, I was just gonna say, considering the fact that like the arm would be involved in catching, but not with actually using the jetpack.
We're just going to roll this into the jetpack roll entirely, and the fact that you are now working with unbalanced mass is going to count here.
That's fair. Well, okay, so I pretty much changed myself with all those bad rolls before, with all those good rolls before, because that's going to be a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with complication.
Okay, so, good news, bad news.
Always both.
Good news, you do get in the way of Giselle. bad news, you don't so much catch him as he smashes into you. So, go ahead and roll me strength to resist damage.
Okay. Let's see here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, didn't roll 1 on the action die at least. Okay, so that's going to be 10, 15, 16.
16. Okay, excellent. You are able to go ahead and keep yourself from crashing into the ground. Which is pretty much where the actual damage would come from for you, acting the pavement. So remember how you said you didn't roll a 1 on your action die?
Right.
He did on his resist damage roll.
Of course he did.
Remember how you had gotten that big old spike through you that disappeared and left a rent in your armor?
Right, yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I was like, well, that's going to come into play at some point.
Yeah, it is. He's impaled on it.
Oh, goody. Lethally or almost lethally?
He's still screaming.
Oh, good. He is still alive. Rosie, do you know anything about human biology? No? Good. Well, no, bad. I don't either. I think this is fatal. This looks fatal, but it is possible that none of his vital components were damaged.
I am back, I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, welcome back. We should call Talbane again.
Okay, are you trying to call Talbane again?
Yeah, and by the way, he's doing this while the kid remains like impaled on his chest. He just kind of reaches up and like taps on his head.
Wait, hold on. What did I miss? You killed a child?
So remember when my chest got torn open? There was a big old jagged spike of metal, like from where my chest used to be, and how I caught that one kid as he was falling out of the car.
Oh.
And how there was a bit of a bumble involved, and now he's impaled on my chest.
I'm so sorry, Giselle.
So yeah, Thorn reaches up and taps aside his head and says, "Talbane."
Yeah.
Talbane.
Okay. By the way, as you're saying Talbane for the first time, the second time, a knife flicks out and jams into Rosie's faceplate.
Pause.
Kid's still alive.
Yeah. Pause. Talbane, I have another injured child. This one is stabby.
Curfew!
I will Thorn looks down at the kid and says, "You have blown up my hand. Do you wish me to do the same to you? Or do you want me to call an ambulance?"
Funny thing you should say that, because his hand is looking about as blown up as yours, just more fleshly.
Oh. My apologies, that was insensitive. Would you like me to do that to your other hand?
He's not making very much sense, and he is starting to slow down with his stabbing.
You appear to be losing blood. That is a bad sign in organics. You should stop stabbing me.
Thorn, what are you doing?
Oh, yes, I apologize, Talbane. There is a small child impaled on my chest who is stabbing me in the face. I would like you to come and pick him up. He might know where Hall is.
How?
I pulled him out of a speeder, and then he fell on my chest. It was unintentional. I was attempting to pull out Hall. In retrospect, I believe it was best that I did not.
Stupid war droid. Try not to kill anyone else.
I have killed no one, not for lack of trying.
Stop trying.
I will meet you halfway. I will not try to kill this child.
Find some medics, bring him to them.
All right. Is it inappropriate to stand up with the child still impaled, or should I remove him first? I do not know much about human biology.
There is a long pause, and Talbane goes, "You do not want to remove the item puncturing from the wound. You also don't want to hang him from it.
That might be difficult.
You're going to have to be his stretcher."
I see. This might be difficult without an arm, but I think I can manage.
You lost an arm?
Well, more of a hand, and a gun, which I am very disappointed by. Though, so did he, so I believe it is something of a fair trade.
I believe.
You what?
It was unintentional. He blew up my hand, and I believe the explosion cost him his own. This is what some humans refer to as fate.
Don't kill anyone else. I'll be there as soon as I can.
I make no promises.
Yeah, but you better comply with orders.
As you wish. I do not... Yeah, click. I do not believe Talbane likes me. I have no idea why.
I can't believe you're basically Piccolo from Team Fortress.
Kind of.
If only Piccolo was more sinister and Nail was the good one.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So,
Wow.
speaking...
You only have, like... You need to get more apps up here, dude. What?
We have abs? Hold on, real quick. We should take a very short break because we've passed the hour mark. So we'll be right back.